Hello, and welcome to another vlog. As the name would suggest, let's go ahead and turn on our camera. Let's see, where is it? There it is. Hello! Oh, goodness, I almost burped while saying that. Hopefully it didn't escape a little bit. Sorry if it did, excuse me if it did, excuse me. So for this vlog, I chose a topic I am super passionate about. Perhaps too passionate? I tried to do the little eyebrow thing, but I'm not very good at that. Alright, so, as the title suggests, you are about to embark on Pick Fairy's social media tour. For those of you who are not familiar with the term social media, it's basically a term referring to Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all those social media platforms. So this video I would suggest you watch if you're interested in learning more about social media platforms that you might not be aware of already, and basically if you're interested in following different social media platforms that I offer for you guys. Doesn't have to be all of them, like, trust me, you don't if you follow all of them, thank you, of course, but if you don't, it's okay, it'll be okay. So let's go through them, shall we? By the way, this might take a little bit, so if you haven't already, grab yourself some water, grab yourself a bowl of cereal or a plate of steak, I don't care. Chillax with me. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna start off with listing the following almost spoiled the first one. We're gonna start off with listing off all the social media that I have, and then we'll go from there. So the ones that I have is DeviantArt, Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, Patreon, and last but not least, but recently added, Instagram. These are all the social media platforms that I use, not counting YouTube, which is what you're watching right now. Ooh. You have to forgive me. I'm trying to keep this semi-casual but entertaining. Anyways, so yeah. Let's see. I think we should start off with DeviantArt, Twitter, and then go from there until we loop around. So yeah, we'll start off with DeviantArt. So give me just a minute. Boop, boop. Alright. So DeviantArt. Some people pronounce it differently, but that's how I pronounce it. It is spelled DeviantArt.com. Pretty sure I spelled that right. Let me double check real quick. Yeah, D-E-V-I after the V, A-N-T-A-R-T. DeviantArt. That's how I pronounce it. Some people pronounce it Devant Art or something like that. But it's a platform, I think, for creators. It's mainly for artists, but artists is just one field that kind of expands into different things, because there's some people don't consider themselves an artist whenever they're on DeviantArt. Sometimes they'll consider themselves, like I said, creator. DeviantArt has the option, the main option, which is very important for their platform, is a gallery. So you can have sub-galleries, and then you have sub-galleries of those galleries, and you can basically showcase your work. You can showcase digital artwork, traditional artwork, or physical artwork like sculptures or plushies, stuff like that. For me, I use DeviantArt, well, since the beginning of PicFairy. I wanted to become, as some of you guys already know, a creator in the fandom that reviewed different things, but I started off as an artist. So one of the first things I created for PicFairy was a DeviantArt. And right now, as you know, I'm currently expanding, so there's not too many different pieces besides Pony on my DeviantArt, but slowly but surely we are extending. Let me go ahead and show you one of the pieces that I have on there, which is right here. This is a digital piece that I did recently. It's a character that I created whenever I was little. It was one of my first characters that I created that I wanted to bring to life a probably millionth time, or millionth time, because I didn't really draw this character very often, but I did write about this character a lot. So I went ahead and sketched this digitally, and then went over it digitally, and then expanded on it from there, as you can see from the pics already. And that's what most of my art consists of recently on my DeviantArt, which is digital art. But there's a lot of traditional pieces on there too. Not too many of my gallery is filled with a lot of traditional though. I'm hoping to change that with a better scanner and better camera. But yeah, if you follow my DeviantArt, or excuse me, on DeviantArt it's called watching. So if you were to watch my DeviantArt, you would receive notifications of if I upload new pieces of art and stuff like that. Another thing DeviantArt has is recently they added status updates, which you can release to your watchers as well. What else do they have? They also have DeviantArt groups that you can become a member of, or you can follow the groups for their content. What else? Oh, did I mention that there's a field of DeviantArt that you might have to pay for to be a part of? I don't think I mentioned that. DeviantArt has a feature where if you pay for their subscription to become, I think it's called DeviantArt Premium Pro, you can start having more features like polls, for example, that you can release to your watchers, which you wouldn't normally be able to release as a free individual, as a free individual, as you know, if you're using it for free. Excuse me. So yeah, DeviantArt's for artwork, and if you want to follow people for artwork or for their products, you would definitely watch on DeviantArt. For my DeviantArt, every watcher receives a cup of hot cocoa, so I'm pretty close to, well, I've already reached past 200 watchers. Once I reach 300 watchers, I'll be listing a journal and probably posting a video asking everyone to request, if they're a watcher, what mug they would like to have. And then I will do a huge picture of all the mugs, which I did for when I gained 100 followers. When I gained 200, watchers, for 100 watchers, and then when I gained 200 watchers, I was not feeling the love of how many people wanted custom mugs, because only 20 people requested it out of the 100. So for my 200, I decided I'm just gonna do it again for my 300. So yeah, that's my DeviantArt. Let's continue on to the next social media, which is Twitter. Twitter is a fun social media. It can be a little constrictive though. For Twitter, you can have, I believe you can have a handle and your name and your username. So your username could be, for example, both of mine are PickFairy, but if you had your username as your real name, let's say your name is Nick Johnson. So your username would be Nick Johnson, but your handle would be PuppyLover98, you know? And people would be able to what's called tag on you on Twitter by PuppyLover98. That's how Twitter works. Twitter is a little different than most social medias because it has a little bit more constrictions because it has a character limit on their tweets. I believe recently they expanded upon it, but I'm not sure about how much, because at first I thought they expanded it for certain users, but then in their recent Twitter update, which I just got on my phone recently, they instead of showing the number at the bottom of the post that you can make, they showed this little loading bar circle. So I think they expanded it for all Twitter users by a few more characters. I'll have to double check. But for Twitter, if you make a post on your profile, it's called a tweet. You can tweet out pictures, you can tweet out status updates, you can tweet out all sorts of stuff. For Twitter, I mainly use it for status updates, and just recently they updated to where your mobile app for Twitter can live stream, which I tested out just yesterday actually when I was at the dog park, and I was like, oh my god, look at all these dogs. So I live streamed all those dogs, and it was great. It was great. Twitter is a platform I use a lot, so if you follow me on there, you're gonna see me use it quite often. For Twitter, you can, if you follow someone, it's called following. You can follow a bunch of people and people can follow you back, and if you follow someone on Twitter, you basically see their tweets in your feed, which is basically your dashboard for some. Is it dashboard on Twitter, or is it? I think I call it dashboard. But on the homepage of Twitter, every time you're on Twitter, it shows posts from people that you follow, which is different than DeviantArt, which shows you posts from people that artwork that people have posted that's popular and that's new, but Twitter shows it on like a feed kind of sense. And yeah. For my Twitter, again, I do a lot of status updates, and I plan to do more live streams for sure, now that I know that you can live stream on Twitter. Something about Twitter I want to point out real quick is that your likes are recently shared as posts. Not fairly recent, but a little recent. They updated it to where if you like a post, someone can see it on their feed saying such and such liked this one. Like I think it was PuppyLover98 liked this post of a Shih Tzu. So there you go. PuppyLover posts liked a picture of a Shih Tzu. What do you know? So that's Twitter. Next is a fairly complicated but not complicated platform, which is Tumblr. Now, Tumblr is a blogging website for sure. That's basically what it's created for, blogging. Tumblr can be a little weird for some people because of its blogging sense. Now, if you don't know what a blog is, it's basically communication to where it's about a certain topic. Like, for example, you know what's a really good example? The blog that is in Steven Universe, that one character, I think his name is Nelson? No, not Nelson. Was it Nelson? I'm sorry, Steven Universe fans. You're probably yelling the name in the comments below. But there's a character in Steven Universe that runs a blog, where basically they make posts about what makes Beach City weird, and people follow that blog, which you can do as a website, or you can do on social media, which in this case, the social media in question is Tumblr. So, social media wise, Tumblr is really good for blogging. For my, hang on. Oh, we're already at 14 minutes, crap. Or 15 minutes, added all the seconds. But we're halfway through, maybe. So Tumblr, I believe you follow people on Tumblr, and like Twitter, if you are on the homepage of Tumblr, it's called Dashboard, and it shows the posts of people that you follow. So you can do video posts, you can do picture posts, you can do text posts, and such like that. A very big thing on Tumblr, and something you can also do on Twitter, is reblog, which is where you take the post and you post the post onto your profile, but with a link back to the original post profile. On Twitter it's called retweet, but on Tumblr it's called reblog. It's a fairly cool feature, and it's something that you might want to use for your Tumblr if you want to share the content that's on your feed with your followers. For my case, my Tumblr, I see like an art tutorial, I'll reblog it on my Tumblr blog for my followers to see that tutorial. And then if I see a really cool animation or artwork, I'll reblog it and I'll tag it under different things like art tutorials or traditional art or really cool art, stuff like that. Ooh, I forgot to mention tags. It's a really good, important topic. Tags can be different on each social media. Most social media uses tags, but tagging can be very important on Tumblr because tagging can be use of self-expression. For example, if you reblog a Tumblr post, you can tag it OMG, or you would tag it this scene was the best, stuff like that. You didn't see my typing. This scene is the best. And that's something that you can use on Tumblr. For my Tumblr blog, I have it customized to where if you open the menu, you can see my work, my sketches, my blogs, and if you click on each one of those, it'll actually link you to a separate page with just that tag, that hashtag. So for example, for my blogs, they're all Kalia creates, or no, excuse me, that was my last blog. That was Kalia Pickfairy blog entry, I believe. I believe that's the hashtag. And then it'll list all the posts under that hashtag, so that way it organizes your Tumblr blog. I believe I have an example of what I post on the most on my Tumblr, which is a visual blog. Boom. Here, let me just move this over here. Here. So this right here is a visual blog, which is something I only post on my Tumblr. So if you're interested in a visual blog, you're gonna have to follow my Tumblr, because that's the only social media I post it on. Because it's something you can scroll through, and it's something that's just fairly entertaining for the audience. Again, the reason why it's called a visual blog is because it's something, it has a little chibi of me in the corner, as you can see, and then it has a little description of the blog, which is like, oh, well, today I did blah, or man, blah, 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 blah. So, and, the reason why I call it a visual blog is because it's not a text post, it's not a picture post, it's just a writing, it's like a little tiny essay, or not an essay. I don't want to scare away the people that hate English. Don't run away. Please don't run away. But those are what I post on my Tumblr blog, which I need to catch up on. I'm a little behind on them. Alright, I believe that captures Tumblr, so we'll go to the next one, which is Facebook. Now, Facebook is a little complicated. Facebook, you can have an account on, and then you can have a Facebook page on. Facebook page and Facebook account is two different things. A lot of people new to Facebook won't understand that, so I'm just specifying that right now. So, my Facebook page is, I believe, Kalia/Pickfairy. Or did I? It might be Kalia Pickfairy. I believe, I always link my social media in the description below, so if you want to check out my Facebook page, you can. But a Facebook account you use for communicating with your friends, which is people that you follow for your dash feed. So, for example, if you have a Facebook account, you will friend or contact request people that you are actually friends with. Some people are friends with their coworkers, some people are friends with their college friends or their high school friends, but they have contacts with each other. So if you're on your Facebook account, you would follow, you would not really follow, but you would contact request the person? Yeah, the person. And once you contact request that person, they would accept or decline, and if they accept, they become your friend, and their posts are in your Facebook feed, which is on the homepage of your feed. So you will see status updates, which is what Facebook is so popular for, is status updates, and you would see different videos. One thing that's really frustrating with Facebook for me is that it automatically plays videos instead of giving you the option to play them. So when I'm scrolling through my Facebook feed, the videos will just start playing, and it's really distracting. I hope they turn that off later, but they're probably not going to. But yeah, for Facebook, if you have an account on Facebook, you can friend people, and you can, oops, looks like we're past 15 minutes. Oh no! Alright, we'll try to wrap things up, I'm sorry. So, for a Facebook page account, for a Facebook account, you can like Facebook pages, which is basically the social media platform that businesses work off of. You don't work a business off of a Facebook account profile. You just do not, because, well, there's an advantage to it, but there's a huge disadvantage to where there's no sense of privacy. Facebook pages are way better for businesses, which is what they do. The thing with Facebook pages, though, is that you have to be interactive with your audience and make sure that you encourage people to what's called like your posts. Twitter has likes, Tumblr has likes, Facebook has likes, but if you like something on Twitter, it's public. If you like something on Facebook, it's is it public if you like something on Facebook? I don't think it shows it like Twitter does. No, it doesn't. Correct me if I'm wrong though. So, for a Facebook page, if you want to follow a Facebook page, you would what's called like the Facebook page, which is a different like than if you like the post. 2 different likes. Okay. So let me repeat that for those who I said that a little too fast for. If you want to follow a Facebook page, you can like the Facebook page. But if you want to support the Facebook page, you need to like their posts when you see them. Because if a certain post doesn't have amount of likes, they don't even show up on people's feeds. So if you want to help encourage your Facebook pages, you gotta like all the posts after you like the page. That makes sense? I'm sorry if that's a little confusing. I know it can be. But that's Facebook. For my Facebook page, I don't do too much on it that's different than the other social medias. A lot of times I post different things like status updates. Well, I actually don't do status updates on Facebook. I don't. Even though Facebook is popular for status updates, I keep my status updates with my Twitter. For my Facebook page, I mainly do the live stream pictures, which I'll explain at the end. Yeah, that's my Facebook. Next social media is Patreon. Now, Patreon is a complicated social media, and actually they recently changed their logo, but this logo is so much better, so I'm just gonna use this logo. I'm sorry, Patreon, if you're watching. You should change back if you can. You probably can't now, but maybe, just maybe. There's some people who are wondering what the heck Patreon is. Alright, so Patreon is a donation website, basically. Except instead of just donating, you receive something in return. So Patreon prides itself in supporting creators. And my Patreon is a little outdated at the moment. I'm going to update it as soon as I'm done launching this channel, because I launched this channel to help support my social media in general and to help support any future Patreons. So that's Patreon. Patreon, here, let me better explain it for those who are a little confused in the back. So, if you have a Patreon account, you can either A, become a Patreon creator, where you have a page on Patreon for followers to help support you, or you can B, be a patron, where you can support the creators instead of posting content for the followers. I just said that really weird, didn't I? Here, let me say that again. So you can either A, become the creator and make stuff for your patrons, or B, be the patron for the creator. There we go, that's better. Patreon has it to where you can actually donate a number of things. You can donate, well, not a number of things, but a number of numbers is what I should say. You can donate $1 a month, or you can donate $5 a month. You can also limit yourself on your account to not donate such and such amount per month. For example, let's say you're supporting 3 different creators, and then you accidentally did $5 a month for one of them when you meant to do $1 a month. So you have it set on your account a certain number you can't go over. If that month goes by and you donate to those creators that such and such money, then it will stop at that amount. So if you're budgeted, that helps with your budget, basically. Now, Patreon can offer a lot of rewards, what they're called, for their patrons. Or patrons? You say the word so many times, you're not really sure how to say it. Patrons. For my Patreon, again, it's a little outdated. I'm gonna have to update it as soon as I'm done launching this channel. I offer different rewards as traditional and digital rewards. I have mine set to $1, $5, $10, $20, and I think that's about it. I don't think I have it more than that. For my Patreon, it is to support my entire process, like my video editing, my video audio recording, which is what you're seeing here, my art endeavors, both traditional and digital, my business endeavors, like going to different conventions and stuff like that. That's what my Patreon's for. And Patreon can be a platform that I wouldn't recommend for new artists. Patreon's something I would recommend for like later on the game. Like once you establish your target audience, then you need a Patreon. Alright, so we are now at longer than 20 minutes. Oh well, hopefully we will be able to wrap up, which we're almost done. Alright, so last but not least is my Instagram. So Instagram is actually a social media that I've recently gotten into, and I'm just recently getting into because I just got it on my mobile device. It's a very mobile device app. If you don't have the app on your mobile device, then you probably can't post to it. And if I've tried to figure out how to access it online, like through a PC or through a Mac, browser-wise, but it's mainly app-wise. It's really frustrating, but it's really not at the same time. It really depends on your preference. But Instagram is, like I said, very mobile. Instagram, you can follow people with pretty simple, pretty easily, and if you post on your Instagram, people can see it in their feed, just like the other social medias. I'm a little new to it, as already previously mentioned, so I don't know too much about its features. But for what I post on there, which will be in the near future, I'm gonna post sketches, and I believe there's a live stream feature. I'm not really sure. If there's a live stream feature, I will definitely live stream a few times on my Instagram for my Instagram followers. It's crazy, but I just now made it last month, and I already have 20 followers because of my profile pic that you see. Goodness. My profile pic right there. It's really funny that so many artists are on so many different social medias in which each one offers. For example, a really good example is that one artist I follow, I'm not going to drop their name just in case they're a little embarrassed about it. They are on Instagram and on DeviantArt and on Twitter. They have a lot of posts on their DeviantArt where they post their artwork, and they have a lot of sharing and stuff, but on their Twitter and their Instagram is two totally different stories. On their Twitter, they announce their live streams and stuff, and they announce different artworks and different videos. And on their Instagram, they post their artwork just like they post artwork on DeviantArt. But if the post is on Twitter, like a live stream post, it would get a lot of retweets and likes, but on their Instagram, it would get way more likes. Like, way more. When I compared the numbers of their Twitter and Instagram, it was ridiculous how much love they received on Instagram. So Instagram is a really good platform for artists, which is what encouraged me to join them. So hopefully I'll be able to post more. I believe that's all of them. So let me go ahead and pull them all up one more time. Alright, so one thing that I combined with on these social media is my live stream posts, which is a live stream picture that I do every Sunday for my Sunday streams, and that's basically a random live stream, which I'm going to start doing on this channel pretty soon, probably next month. But on DeviantArt, Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, not Patreon, and not Instagram, I post the live stream pictures, and I advertise the live stream. The reason why I don't post the live stream pictures on my Patreon is because I don't believe they're professional enough for Patreon. They're just sketches. They're just digital sketches. And I can't post them on my Instagram, mainly because it's a digital sketch, and I haven't figured out how to. I'm not really sure how to. Two social media platforms that I'm also on that I'm not including in this list is Skype and Discord, because those are for my friends and for my family and for my followers. For Skype and Discord, that's communication-wise something you can get a hold of if you wish to contact me communication-wise, but not business-wise. For example, if I wanted to promote my latest print, I would post them on the social media you see here, but I wouldn't post them on Skype and Discord. Discord and Skype are messenger apps, kind of like Telegram and Slack. I don't know if I should do a vlog reviewing those, because those are really simple platforms that I believe majority of people get. But if you guys would want me to, comment below. Just comment below, and I'll do a vlog on them if you want. Alright, so those are all the social media that I'm a part of. If you're interested in following or watching or all that sort of stuff for each one of them, the links are below. And I think I reviewed them okay. Hopefully I didn't ramble too much. If you guys want me to do a really thorough video on each of these separately, I can, but only if it's requested and if it's wanted by you guys, which is my target audience. You guys are my target. Yeah. I'm sorry. That was a bad joke. Okay. Well, thank you guys for watching this social media tour. I hope it unlocks more about me than that you're possibly interested in following. If not, then just continue watching for more vlogs. Thanks, guys. Peace out.